30 points today. Not going to lie, it wasn't a thrilling day on the stock market. We opened down a little bit and we sort of stayed there all day long. So
there it is, and it says here on my schedule, it says investors shifting focus to wrangling in Greece over fiscal austerity. Where have I heard that before? I'm sorry.
Was it
like
the last time you were on the show?
Was it the last time I was hosting the show?
And the time before, yeah.
And the time before that, and the time before. So is this just a daily occurrence now? Is this like,
right.
you know, I'm like mud wrestling at a sleazy bar? Is this going to happen every day?
I don't know what bars you go to.
What would you know about that?
So, but seriously, I thought they keep saying they got this fixed, and then it isn't, and then it is, and then it isn't, and then it is. What's going on?
Well, you know, a lot of people were saying, they have been saying, and I think they're absolutely right, is that Europe, in particular Greece, these problems are going to be here for a long time, and this is something that we just got to get used to. When are we celebrating the 3 years of Greece being a problem? Is that
no, of my talking about it mid-month this month?
Right. So,
it's soon. It's soon that I'll be.
Really?
Yeah, soon. I've been talking about it since February 2009. I'm not saying that's how long this has been around, but I've been talking about it. So anyway, it's soon.
But anyways,
wait for the cake.
And it's still going to be with us, I'm sure, perhaps even another year. Who knows? It could be even longer. The point is, this rally has, you know, taken it in stride. It hasn't really been too spooked by any of the developments that we've seen over there. Even some headlines that last year, we probably would have seen the market sell off quite dramatically. There haven't been any days like that at all this year.
So overall, investor sentiment is good in February?
It's very good, and February is not a great month for stocks in general, and some people have had a little bit of cautiousness because of that, but nobody's been taking any real bets either way. I mean, we had a nice pop on Friday thanks to the jobs report, but today it's just another day of waiting and seeing.
So we've got two things here. One is that the stock market is relatively elevated compared to where it was a few months ago, notwithstanding the few points down today, and yet we've got the bond market with 10-year yields under 2%, which generally points to recession. So it's like, hold those two things in your head at the same time, and it gives you, you know, a headache. What's going on?
Now, of course, the Fed has a role to play in that because they are helping to depress interest rates. But part of it is right. I mean, part of it is that the bond market is still very concerned. They are typically concerned about the worst case scenario, and that hasn't gone away.
Well, it's looking awful. The worst case is looking awful at less than 2%.
Yes, that's right. But we know that things could melt down in Europe if a certain scenario plays out. On the other hand, stock investors are paid to look for upside as well as for downside, and they do see some upside here as well. Again, the jobs report on Friday showing unemployment down to 8.3%, and other indicators in the U.S. here are showing things pretty good. And it's not just the U.S., it's Germany, it's China, Japan, all of the major economies are showing.
So what do we think are the best sectors in the markets? What are people saying?
Well, tech is one that people love. Still love it.
Okay.
And
which really means Apple, let's be honest.
Which really means Apple. You know, and a lot of the losers from last year, even financials, of course, they're doing well. Whether or not they can continue, we don't know.
Okay. But, and some cyclicals, are they doing well too? What do we see?
Yeah,
like the mining companies, they tend to do well.
Materials companies are doing very well. Energy is doing decently well. But again, financials, materials, these are generally good signs for the market. Keep in mind also that the Russell 2000, those are small cap stocks, 4% off an all-time high right now.
Wow.
Dow Transport's also doing very well. So all of these so-called leading indicators are doing well. So if you want optimism, look no further.